Peace, power, and prosperity, family. This is Amir, the Chicago crypto hustler, Bitcoin block bully, coming to you once again with an early bird crypto news update, representing New Money Matrix podcast, Cryptonomics. What's going on, family? How we doing out there? I'm hoping that the sound of that heat being on isn't too loud for the podcast. I recently listened to one, and it sounded like it was a lot of air being blown through the microphone. So I hope that's not the case in this one. But let's get right into the stories. I got a couple of stories to start the AM off with. It's currently going on 7 a.m. Chi time, Central time. And I want to get the people started off kind of early with what's going on in the crypto space. So the first story that we're coming forward with comes from CCN, entitled "Bitcoin Still Bullish," says Analyst, as crypto token Binance coin for BNB surges 15%. Take a look at BNB token real quick. Let's go back to candlesticks. So as we can see, BNB, I'm talking about, broke out of the cloud, riding the moving averages almost perfectly. Let me see. Let me turn these fibs on. Let me see. Definitely. Finding support at the 21-day moving average, as we pull back slightly and then bouncing back up and using that 7-day moving average as strong support. What is this, a day chart? Look at this daily candlestick right here. BNB's been on the move. Let's see what they got to say in the story. In the last 24 hours, the Bitcoin price has slightly dropped from 38.60 to 37.70, struggling to demonstrate strength at the $4,000 resistance level. Despite the lack of momentum on the price trend of Bitcoin, several crypto tokens in the likes of Binance Coin and Engine have recorded 15% gains against the US dollar and BTC. Speaking to CCN, a cryptocurrency trader known as Satoshi MBA said that the strength of the token and small cap cryptocurrencies show the overall bullish trend of Bitcoin. Why the performance of crypto tokens is crucial for Bitcoin. Historically, most tokens of small market cap cryptos have tended to record intensified losses in the direction headed by BTC. When Bitcoin records a minor loss, tokens tend to record intensified losses against the USD, and when the dominant cryptocurrency rises in price, tokens demonstrate large gains on the upside. However, in the past 24 hours, while Bitcoin recorded a minor drop of around 2%, a handful of tokens recorded gains in the 10 to 20% range. BNB, for instance, has been the 8th most valuable cryptocurrency in the global market, overtaking Stellar and Tron. Within a 7-day span, the price of BNB, and I'm gonna show people something for those that watch me on a constant and know how I resonate with the number 44. Y'all see what we got. 413 people are talking about this story with Binance, with CZ, Changpeng Zhao, the CEO of Binance. 3 and 1 is 4. That's 44 right there. My numerologist out there. Anyways, it goes on to say, with the 7-day span, the price of BNB surged from $9.50 to $13.04 by more than 41% against both Bitcoin and USD. The resilience demonstrated by tokens and the stronger hand of investors playing with higher risk trades suggests that investors have become more confident in the short-term trend of the crypto market. Analysts told CCN, yes, I would say that the sentiment is still overall bullish. We're near the end of the bear market. Whether we drop some in the short term, I don't think it changes the overall picture. The way back to all-time highs won't be a straight line, though. We'll have bumps along the way. This BTC sideways movement will be very bullish for altcoins also. Throughout the past week, Bitcoin recorded a relative large pullback following an extensive period of stability, consolidation moving sideways. The abrupt downward movement of BTC had minimal impact on the price trend of tokens and crypto assets that recorded 40 to 150% gains have been able to maintain the momentum. Ultimately, the willingness of investors to take high risk, high return trades could prevent BTC from potentially testing new lows in the low $3,000 range and gradually climb upwards from the tight $3,300 to $4,000 price range. Most coins have very bullish setups right now. Virtually all of them sitting on annual support. When BTC moves sideways, liquidity will move into alts. Recently, we've seen huge moves, 40, 80, even 150% overnight gains by some alternative currencies. Traders expect the Bitcoin bounce. In the upcoming days, traders generally foresee BTC rebounding to the high $3,000 region once again after its downside movement was stopped at the $3,700 mark. The sentiment in the cryptocurrency industry has improved in recent weeks, with reports suggesting that Starbucks is set to integrate Bitcoin payments in the next 18 months as part of its deal with Bakkt. interesting, but probably well worth it in the long term. The Starbucks angle was the most interesting thing about the Bakkt announcement. BTC needs more use cases and more retail adoption, fintech analyst Richard Johnson said. With a growing number of financial institutions committing to the cryptocurrency sector and more investors willing to engage in high-risk trades, traders expect an upside movement in crypto markets in the upcoming days. So, for those that are out there trading, just be conscious. Remember, when everybody else is expecting one thing, you may want to do the other. Sometimes you ride the wave, sometimes you go against the herd. Moving right along to the next story, futures trading nears 1 billion in the first month of the Kraken crypto exchange. That's amazing. Like I said, for this space to be so small and so underrated and for the most part unheard of to the average, the amount of liquidity and money that's been running through here, I mean, to me anyway, it's amazing. Cryptocurrency futures provider Crypto Facilities has seen tremendous growth since being acquired by US-based crypto exchange Kraken last month, an executive said. Su Chung, the subsidiary's head of indices and pricing products, told CoinDesk that trading volume has increased more than 500% since Kraken acquired the futures exchange at the beginning of February for $100 million. Crypto Facilities is perhaps best known in the U.S. for providing Bitcoin and Ether reference rates, the Chicago Mercantile Exchange Group, which lists Bitcoin futures contracts. In total, nearly 1 billion in crypto futures has been traded over the past month across all 5 products offered by the firm: Bitcoin, Ether, XRP, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash, Chung said. Moreover, this growth is not limited to the large coins by market cap. Our daily users have gone up by a factor of 4, and that's across all products, not just major coins, but they've seen some similar growth. Part of this boost comes from the Kraken acquisition itself. I think obviously having the support of a major US exchange helped, and obviously Kraken bringing our product set to a very loyal user base. That Kraken branding carries a lot of weight. And also the fact that because we run contracts on the major 5 coins and take collateral on the major 5 coins we pay out in, it helps. Wow. Volume jump. While specific numbers for pre-acquisition tradings were not shared, Chung did outline how Crypto Facilities in measuring its relative volume. In terms of trading volume, Crypto Facilities compared the 5-day period before February 4th, when the Kraken acquisition was announced, to the 5-day period after, finding that the volume of trades on its platform jumped 565%. This period acts as a yardstick for the rest of the month, he said. While Bitcoin is still the most popular asset and maintains the largest contracts, Ethereum and XRP have both also seen large numbers. Part of this may be due to Kraken itself, Chung said. Outside of Bitcoin and Ether, one of the strengths of Kraken is obviously running some of the most liquid markets for Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin. And that's translated over to our markets as well, he said. Looking at the acquisition impact on liquidity, Chung said, on average, looking at the 5 days before the announcement and 5 days after, the liquidity of our contracts increased by over 200%, and some of the minor coin contracts increased by over 1,000%. These minor currency contracts include Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash. The user base overall has grown 400% over the last month when compared to the month before the acquisition. With most of the new customers coming from Kraken, this translated to more than 5,000 new customers signed up since February 4th. Perhaps most notably, none of these new customers are based in the U.S. We don't allow any U.S. nationals or corporates to trade on our market because this is prohibited by the United States Commodity Futures Trading Commissions. As a result, the exchange's user base comes from Europe and most of Asia. Beyond simply adding customers, Chung noted that Kraken's user base has been vocal about what its members are looking for. Kraken users are very vocal about what products they want to see and what features they want to see. And the feedback is very useful for our product, he says. This feedback includes improvements to the company's user interface, the availability of certain features, and upgraded tools, much of which Crypto Facilities product team is adding to the exchange on an ongoing basis. The company also plans to release new products in the near future, though no details were made available by press time. We take a 2-tiered kind of approach. We've obviously got that constant improvement. You've obviously got that constant improvement, and you've got the product development that's long term. It's very useful for us to get that good, honest feedback. So Kraken doing numbers over the last month. Kraken doing big numbers. And closing the story out, coming out of Cointelegraph, coffee for Bakkt. Starbucks equity deal will see crypto-based payments, so sources claim. New details about Starbucks' partnership with the United States cryptocurrency platform Bakkt suggest the coffee giant will accept BTC-based payments after an equity deal. What is an equity deal? Let's slow up real quick. In accounting, equity is the difference between the value. No, that's okay. Here we go. Private equity typically refers to investment funds, generally organized as limited partnerships that buy and restructure companies that are not publicly traded. Common investment strategies in private equity include leveraged buyouts, venture capital, growth capital, and distressed investments and mezzanine capital. Interesting. They got an equity deal on the table right now. It goes on to say the cryptocurrency industry news outlet, The Block, reported this on March 4th, which was yesterday. Starbucks, which became known as a founding partner in Bakkt upon its unveiling in August last year, will reportedly support its software to allow U.S. customers to pay for products. As The Block reported, no actual cryptocurrency will end up processed by the chain, as the crypto will be instantly transferred into fiat. Still, in the final pre-release stages, Bakkt aims to become a major on-ramp for investors looking to gain exposure to cryptocurrency. Among its plans are the issuance of physical delivered Bitcoin futures contracts scheduled for later this year, depending on regulatory approval. Starbucks had originally denied any idea that its input would result in coffee and Bitcoin. Now, it appears that the company has secured considerable equity in Bakkt and in return will accept crypto payment indirectly. There's high volume from having a brand at this level. The publication quoted on an unnamed expert close to the deal as comment. The block notes that only U.S. customers will have access to Bakkt's BTC USD service at first. Okay, so they're starting to talk in the U.S. As Cointelegraph previously noted, Bakkt has faced ongoing delays to its initial launch as executives stress the need for full regulation compliance. The block, citing an unnamed source, notes that Starbucks, excuse me, family. I apologize. The block, citing an unnamed source, notes that Starbucks will wait to activate the crypto fiat coffee purchase abilities until after Bakkt's platform has launched and shown a capacity for holding and storing crypto. The block source reported, and in many ways, there are limits to what Starbucks can do with partnerships because there are limits to what customers can expect. Grappling with patchwork U.S. regulatory landscape, some commentators have been buoyant. What does buoyant mean? Right, what you expect from exchange tailor-made for Wall Street investors probably means optimistic. I've been optimistic about the platform's ability to increase public profile of Bitcoin in particular, opening up cryptocurrency as a trustworthy mainstream asset. So sounds like good old Starbucks getting ready to accept BTC for them lattes. Definitely be on the lookout, family. Definitely be on the lookout for that. Okay, so this has been your early bird crypto news. I hope this was helpful for those that are going to check in, listen to this, or watch this. Until the next video, until the next podcast, this is Amir, the Chicago crypto hustler, Bitcoin block bully. Also, for those listening in on the podcast, if you so choose, if you could, it would pretty much be appreciated to donate $1 for the efforts to go towards bringing these stories to the family at large. It would very much be appreciated. Until the next video, until the next podcast, this is Amir, the Chicago crypto hustler, Bitcoin block bully. Peace, power, and prosperity, family. I am out of here.